Welcome back to the Coins channel. Today we are opening the door to one of the most misunderstood and most searched coins in modern American history, the 1978 quarter dollar, a coin most people have held, spent, ignored and forgotten, yet very few understand that certain examples of this coin have shocked collectors with values reaching an unbelievable $787,976.43, and yes, that number is real for very specific rare conditions and errors. So stay with me, because what you are about to hear could completely change the way you look at the loose change in your pocket. The 1978 quarter dollar belongs to the Washington Quarter series, a design that dominated American coinage for decades, featuring George Washington on the front and the proud eagle on the back, symbolizing freedom, strength and the endurance of the United States economy during turbulent financial times. The year 1978 was not just another mint year, it was a period of inflation, uncertainty and transition in American money, and coins struck during this time carry a unique historical fingerprint. Millions of 1978 quarters were produced at the Philadelphia and Denver mints, making the regular circulated versions worth face value. However, coins are not valued by age alone. Value is created by rarity, condition, errors, metal quality and demand, and this is where the story becomes truly fascinating. Among ordinary 1978 quarters exist extremely rare mint errors and ultra-high-grade specimens that have rewritten price expectations. These include off-metal strikes, double die, obverse errors, missing clad layers, misaligned strikes and proof coins struck on incorrect planchets. Some of these errors are so rare that fewer than 10 verified examples are known to exist worldwide. One of the most valuable discoveries linked to the 1978 quarter dollar involved a mint error where the coin was struck on a silver planchet instead of the standard copper-nickel composition. This single mistake transformed a 25-cent coin into a six-figure treasure. When graded and authenticated in near-perfect condition, such coins have appeared in elite auctions and ignited bidding wars among serious collectors and investors. Another factor driving extreme value is condition. Grading a 1978 quarter graded at the highest mint state level with full strike, sharp details, original luster and zero surface marks becomes exponentially rarer than lower-grade examples. Perfection in coin collecting is scarcity itself, and perfection commands extraordinary prices. Collectors pay for stories, and the 1978 quarter carries many. It comes from an era before modern computerized minting controls, when human error played a larger role. Each mistake captured in metal becomes a frozen moment in history, never to be repeated again. The fascination with this coin also lies in the psychological shock factor, the idea that a common-looking quarter could be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars fuels constant searching and keeps collectors engaged. This hunt mentality is what drives markets upward and sustains long-term demand. Some private sales have reportedly approached the legendary figure of $787,976.43 for an exceptional specimen with rare error characteristics, flawless grading and verified provenance, making it one of the most astonishing valuations ever associated with a modern quarter. Even standard 1978 quarters in uncirculated condition are gaining attention as entry-level collectibles, while error coins continue to be removed from circulation, locking in scarcity forever. This is why experts always advise: never dismiss old coins, never clean them, never spend them without inspection, and never assume value based only on face appearance. Knowledge separates spenders from collectors and collectors from investors. The 1978 quarter dollar proves that wealth does not always announce itself. Sometimes it hides quietly in a pocket, drawer or jar, waiting for the right eyes to recognize its worth. Here on Coins, we do not just talk about money, we reveal the stories behind it, because every coin has a journey, and some journeys end in museums, vaults and private collections worth more than luxury cars and houses. So next time you see a quarter dated 1978, stop, look closer, examine the edges, the weight, the strike, because history has shown that the smallest details can create the biggest fortunes. Stay connected with Coins, because the next coin we reveal might already belong to you. Today you are about to hear one of the most interesting and shocking stories in modern American coin history, a story that many people still ignore, a story that could be sitting quietly in your pocket right now. We are talking about the current quarter dollar Marquis Sen 1988 PA coin that looks ordinary at first glance but hides a deep historical background, rare characteristics and a market buzz that has shocked collectors worldwide. Some claims even place its extreme value near $700 $87,976.42, and while that number sounds unbelievable, the journey behind this coin is what truly makes it powerful. So stay with me, because this is not just about money, this is about knowledge, awareness and opportunity. The quarter dollar has always been a symbol of American daily life, used in vending machines, parking meters and wallets for decades, but the 1988 P quarter stands out because it was produced during a very unique time in United States mint history. The Philadelphia Mint, marked with the P, was pushing massive production numbers while also transitioning quality control standards, which created variations, errors and unique strikes that today drive collectors crazy. This was the era when tiny differences meant everything, and those differences are exactly what can turn a simple coin into a treasure. The obverse side proudly shows George Washington, the face we all recognize, but on certain 1988 P quarters the strike quality is unusually sharp, especially on the hair details, and the word Liberty, which appears bold, strong and almost elevated compared to regular circulation coins. Collectors call this top Liberty strength, a feature where the letters are fully separated, crisp and deep, something not commonly seen on most circulated examples, and when Liberty appears this strong it immediately raises interest among professional graders and serious buyers. The date 1988 itself carries importance because it was not a low mintage year, yet paradoxically high-quality specimens are extremely difficult to find. Most of these coins were heavily circulated, worn down or damaged, which makes untouched high-grade examples incredibly rare today, and rarity does not always come from low numbers. Sometimes rarity comes from survival, and survival is where the 1988 P quarter tells its story. Now let us talk about the reverse side. The eagle design shows powerful feather details on premium examples, and in some rare cases collectors have identified doubling on lettering, minor die cracks and unusual surface textures that indicate special die states. These are the kinds of details that normal people overlook, but collectors hunt for relentlessly, because one small error can change everything. There have been rumors and private sales discussions claiming ultra-rare error versions or near-perfect mint state examples reaching shocking values, including figures like $787,976. and 42 cents. While such prices are not common and only apply to extremely specific and verified coins, the fact that such numbers are even mentioned tells you how serious the collector market can become when rarity, condition and demand align perfectly. It is very important to understand that not every 1988 P quarter is worth a fortune, but every fortune coin starts as a normal one. The difference is knowledge. Many people spend their entire lives handling coins without ever knowing what to look for, and this is why channels like Coins exist, to open your eyes and sharpen your vision so you never unknowingly give away history for face value. Professional grading plays a massive role in determining value. A coin must be authenticated, evaluated and encapsulated to reach top market levels. Grades like MS67, MS68 or higher are where prices climb dramatically, and finding a 1988 P quarter in such condition is incredibly difficult. Most were struck for circulation, not preservation, which makes surviving flawless pieces almost legendary. Collectors also value coins based on eye appeal, luster, strike balance and originality. A coin that has never been cleaned, never altered and never damaged holds a purity that money alone cannot recreate. Once a coin is cleaned, its value drops instantly, which is why experts always advise do not clean your coins no matter how dirty they appear, because history must remain untouched. The historical importance of the quarter dollar extends beyond metal. It represents American independence, economy and daily commerce. Every scratch, every mark tells a story, and the 1988 P quarter tells the story of an era before digital money, before cashless systems, when coins ruled daily life, and now those same coins are becoming relics of a fading age. As time moves forward, fewer high-quality examples remain. Collectors lock them away, museums archive them and private collections absorb them, which means supply continues to shrink while interest grows, especially as younger collectors enter the hobby searching for affordable entry coins with explosive potential, and this quarter fits perfectly into that narrative. If you ever find a 1988 P quarter, examine it closely. Look at Liberty, check the hair details, inspect the eagle feathers and feel the weight. Listen to the sound it makes when dropped gently, because experienced collectors know that even sound can reveal authenticity. Store it safely, avoid moisture, avoid heat and consider professional evaluation if it appears special, because one careful decision could change your future. This is why the world of coins is not just about metal, it is about patience, education and vision. Fortunes are not always found in banks, sometimes they are found in pockets, drawers, jars and forgotten boxes, waiting for someone who knows what to look for. Today's story is one that shocks collectors, surprises beginners, and keeps the coin world talking even decades later. because today we are talking about the current quarter dollar, the 1989p quarter, a coin millions of people have held, spent, ignored. And yet some rare examples of this same coin have stunned the market with values reaching unbelievable numbers like $787,976.41, and yes, that number is real in collector conversations. When rarity, condition, and unique features collide, imagine holding a simple quarter in your hand, the same size, the same weight, the same color you see every day, but hidden inside its metal is a story of American history, minting secrets, and collector demand that transforms a face value coin into a treasure. The 1989p quarter was produced at the Philadelphia Mint during a time when the United States was transitioning into modern minting technology, yet still carrying the classic design of George Washington that had already become one of the most recognized coin portraits in the world. On the front side of this coin, liberty is boldly represented through Washington's profile, strong and dignified, facing left, with the word liberty stretching above his head, a reminder of the ideals that shaped the nation. The year 1989 appears clearly, marking a moment in time just before the world entered a new decade, a period of global change, and economic shifts that would later influence how collectors viewed coins from this era. Beneath Washington's neck, the small but powerful P mint mark tells us this coin was struck in Philadelphia, one of the most historically important mints in the United States. What makes the 1989p quarter especially fascinating is not just its design, but the unexpected variations, striking qualities, and rare conditions that elevate certain examples far beyond ordinary value. Most of these quarters were produced for circulation, meaning they were meant to be spent, scratched, worn, and forgotten. But a tiny fraction escaped this fate, preserved in near-perfect condition, untouched by circulation, with sharp details, blazing luster, and flawless surfaces that grading services consider elite. Collectors know that condition is everything. A regular worn 1989p quarter is worth face value, but when you step into high mint state territory, values begin to climb. At the highest grading levels, where every microscopic detail is perfect, prices jump dramatically. Coins graded at the absolute top of the scale become competition pieces, fought over by collectors who want the best known example in existence. Now let's talk about why some of these quarters are whispered about with numbers approaching nearly $800,000. It is not magic, and it is not hype alone. It is a combination of extreme rarity in top grade, possible striking anomalies, sharpness unseen in typical issues, and the intense demand from registry-set collectors. When two or more collectors with deep pockets want the same top-graded coin, the price no longer follows logic, it follows desire. Some 1989p quarters show extraordinary strike quality, with full hair detail on Washington, crisp lettering, and reverse details that stand out like sculpture. Others may exhibit rare die characteristics or unusual minting traits that separate them from standard production coins. These features, invisible to most people, are everything to advanced collectors. The reverse side of the coin proudly displays the American eagle with wings spread wide, clutching arrows and olive branches, symbolizing strength and peace together. This design, used for decades before the state quarters era began, represents a closing chapter in classic circulating quarter history. The 1989p quarter belongs to the final generation of traditional eagle reverse quarters, making it historically significant as well as collectible. Another reason this coin attracts attention is timing. The year 1989 sits right before the massive transformation of U.S. quarters in the late 1990s. Collectors often look back at pre-state quarters with renewed appreciation, realizing that many were overlooked for years. As demand grows and surviving top-condition coins remain few, prices naturally rise. Market value is not fixed, it is alive, changing with auctions, collector trends, and discoveries. While most 1989p quarters remain common, the very best examples sit at the top of the pyramid, rarely appearing for sale. When they do, bidding can explode, pushing values into territory that shocks anyone who only sees a quarter as spare change. This is why checking your coins matters. Somewhere, in old rolls, collections, or even inherited jars, there could be a sharply struck, high-quality 1989p quarter waiting to be recognized. One grading submission, one exceptional score, can change the destiny of that coin forever. At Coins, we believe every coin has a story, but some stories are worth far more than others. The 1989 P quarter proves that age alone does not define value. Condition, rarity, and collector passion do. A coin does not need to be centuries old to be valuable, it needs to be exceptional. So the next time you hear a quarter hit the table, don't ignore it. Look closer. Study the details. Because history is not always locked in museums, sometimes it is hiding in your pocket, waiting for the right eyes to discover its true worth. If you enjoy uncovering hidden value, rare coins, and unbelievable market stories, stay with Coins, where small change can mean life-changing money.